name is Nagasai. I hope you are all fine. Today in this video I am going to explain about the chapter Cell, the basic unit of life from 8th class SCRT book. So friends, let's start. Friends, where are you living? Your answer will be house. Then once observe your house. What is it made up of? Your answer will be bricks. Some bricks are combined together to make a wall, and walls are combined together to make the house. And now take a look. Observe a passage. What is it made up of? It is made up of sentences. Then what are sentences made up of? Words. Then what are words made up of? Words are made up of letters. The letters in the book and the bricks in the house are called as the basic unit. Everything in the world is made up of the basic unit. As usually, the human body is also made up of the basic unit called cell. Not only human body, every living thing is made up of cell. Now friends, we know that what is a cell. Now let us see the discovery of cell. In 16th century, in the year 1665, a British scientist named Robert Hooke has observed a cork under a simple magnifying device which was made by himself. He observed a pattern which is same to the honeycomb. He called these patterns as cells. Cell is a Latin word which means little rooms. Friends, now let us observe the cells of a matchstick. Friends, for this activity you need a matchstick, a microscope, 2 slides, water, etc. Now take the matchstick, keep it in a beaker of water for a night, and the next morning take it out. Now cut it with thin pieces. Now take a thin piece, keep it in a water with slide. Now cover it with a slide. Now observe this slide under a microscope. You will observe the same pattern what Robert Hooke has observed. Let us see this. These cells are called as the dead cells, which are not living. Now let us observe a living cell of an onion. For this activity, take an onion, cut it half, with the help of needle, take a transparent part of it, keep this in a slide with water, cover it with a slide, and again observe this under a microscope. You will observe some patterns which are joined together, like this. Friends, these are the plant cells which are there in only plants. Now let us observe the human cells. Now take a clean spoon. Now scratch the cheek. Don't do this too hard so that you can be injured, and don't do this too lightly. You cannot get the material. Now take the material, separate it from the spoon, and keep this in a slide with water. Cover it with a slit. Now observe these again under the microscope. You will observe the human cells like this. Friends, we observe the dead cells of a matchstick, we observe the plant cells of an onion, and also we observe the human cells. Now we know about the discovery of cell, how the cells are there. Now let us see the parts of cells. Friends, once again observe the plant cells. Here something is dividing the 2 cells. This is called the cell wall, and the edges of the cell are called the cell membrane, and the empty space inside the cell where the other parts of the cell are present is called the cytoplasm. And the most important part of the cell, which is like the brain of the human, is the nucleus, which controls the total cell. Once we know the parts of the plant cell, keep this aside. Now let us see the parts of the human cell. Friends, there are nothing. everything is the same as the plant cell, but the difference is only there is no cell wall in the human cell. There are all the parts of these are same. They have cell wall, they have cytoplasm, and they have the brain of the cell, the nucleus. Now friends, we have learned about the discovery of cell, how the cell is there, and the parts of plant cell and the parts of human cell. Recall, many cells are joined together to make a living body. Robert Hooke has discovered the cell in 1665. Nucleus is the brain of the cell. Cytoplasm is where the other cells live. Cell wall divide the cells. Cell membrane is the walls, the borders of the cell. Robert Brown discovered the nucleus of the cell. Thank you friends. For more updates of science, etc., please subscribe our channel. Don't forget to like and share the video.